Hello everyone, welcome to 4 Weeks to Becoming a Girl Boss. I am Summer and I created this 4-week program for you so that you can have a step-by-step process and schedule of what to follow so you could really step up into your business. This is the video for week 1, and the one thing you need to do before starting this challenge is to order the book Girl Code. You can get it off Amazon, you can get it at Borders, you can get it at Barnes & Nobles, you can download the audio version or the iBook version on iBooks or Audible. Those are all great options to get your hands on the book. You're going to want to get that and read the first 3 chapters before you start on week 1. So make sure you do that, and then you can get started on what we're going to talk about right now. Each week you have a PDF list of the things you need to complete that week. This is going to keep you on task, it's going to keep you structured, and it's going to keep you working in all areas of your business at the same time. So it's going to keep you balanced as well. And there's 2 lists that you're going to start out with for your first week. The first one is your Girl Boss weekly, daily checklist. These are things that you need to add to your schedule daily and weekly to keep your business flowing. These are things that are separate from your weekly list. However, things that you need to add to what you're doing on a regular basis with your business. And it's broken down into 4 sections. There's the admin section, personal development, social media, and sales and demo. You'll find that if you spend all your time in one of these areas, it's going to be kind of a challenge to find big success in this business. It's really important that you're focusing on being balanced in where you're spending your energy and your time. So I broke everything down for you. Let's talk about what's on the list. Number 1 is schedule out your day hour by hour the night before so you're ready to rock. You should be doing this every night, sitting down, figuring out what needs to be done and what you would like to be done. Make sure you schedule out the things that need to be done first, and then you start filling in what you'd like to get done. That way you make sure you take care of those important tasks, and you also schedule in time for the things that you want to get done so that you're really purposeful with your time and your energy. The next thing is check your product and business supply inventory weekly and place reorders. That's pretty self-explanatory. File away customer and expense receipts. So your customer receipts, you should put them in a binder or keep them online in a file somewhere so you can easily go back, check on them later. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And your expense receipts. You don't want to come to the end of the year when you need to figure out your taxes and have everything be a mess and have it be a big project. So weekly, file those away so that you have that taken care of. And then last on the list is coaching calls with your first line to set weekly goals. If you have a team, you need to make sure that you're reaching out to them every single week, and you need to focus on your first line first. If you have extra time and energy when you've taken care of everything else, you can reach out and help your downline, but focus on your first line first. Next, we come to personal development. Listen live or replay the Monday Leaders Call with Leslie. This happens every Monday at 9. It's the Maiden and Above call. If you happen to not be a maiden and you're a distributor still, you can listen to the replay, and Leslie will post that in the Sena Sisters Facebook page. So you can always have access to the replays if you're not able to jump on live. Listen to TED Talks or other motivational materials. Just Google TED Talks, they'll come up. YouTube is a great place. I like to have those in the background while I'm working instead of TV. It keeps me motivated, it keeps me subliminally taking in personal development messages, and it gives me content to share with my team when I'm trying to motivate and inspire them. Research product knowledge and science behind our products. This is something that if you try to absorb all the information in one sitting, it's going to be really difficult and overwhelming. But if you space it out daily or weekly, you're able to absorb more of the content and you'll know it better and be able to share it more easily with others. Next is read Joni's $1 Million Lips book. This comes with everybody's welcome kit, so make sure you hang on to it. It has so much information, so much great advice, and she really knows what she's talking about when it comes to direct sales. Set up lunch or play dates with friends and talk about life instead of business. I know that you're so excited to launch your business or relaunch or continue with the success you found. But it's important that you're not that girl that's always talking about business when they get together. Spend some time just being friends. Just develop those relationships, and naturally the business conversation will come at a later date, or even that conversation, but your focus is relationship first. Last in personal development is journal in your Girl Boss notebook about your daily and weekly success. And we'll talk about that in a second. But when you journal about your success, in those times where you run into bumps in the road, you can go back and see all the wonderful things that the business has brought to your life, and the happy times and the things that you are able to celebrate. That will help you get through those rocky times when you're feeling down or feeling like quitting. Next, we go to social media. Post to your personal and business accounts daily. Make sure that's a mixture of SENEGENCE-based content and parenting or style or entertainment. Make sure that you're doing something besides SENEGENCE in your content so that people find it as relevant and find it interesting. Share on Insta and Facebook stories, business and non-business content. The stories are a great option because not everybody is using them right now, especially the Facebook stories. So share a recipe, share your favorite treat, share how you get your laundry done, how do you stay up on your cleaning, what does the behind the scenes look like when you're shipping orders. Share all the different aspects of your life. Those behind the scenes are what really makes people feel included and part of your life. Pick 5 to 10 people you want to interact with on social media and comment on their posts. Try to keep it conversational and ask open-ended questions. So how many times do we go through and just check off the box and say, this is cute, this is so funny, miss you, this is a great post, thanks for sharing. Your goal in social media is not to just spam everybody, it's to create conversation and develop relationships. Relationships are the key to the game, you guys. So things like, oh my gosh, I love that, where did you find it? Or, I have tried this before and I actually, I loved it too. Do you know what else I loved is X, Y, and Z? And share those comments where people have an opportunity to respond back, and you can create a conversation in that post. Limit your scrolling. This is super important, you guys. How many times do we get lost in the vortex and in the black hole that is scrolling on Facebook? Right? We just scroll and scroll and scroll, and before we know it, we've gotten nothing done. So limit your scrolling. Be purposeful. Make a to-do list for when you're on social media. You make a to-do list for what you're going to clean, what you're going to pack, what you're going to do for the day, but how often do you make a to-do list of what you want to accomplish on your social media accounts? So do that instead of just being aimlessly scrolling around. Last, we go to sales and demoing. Wear your stripes whenever possible. For those of you who can't wear them to work, put them on in the car on the way home and run an errand. So maybe make a list of one thing that you could do on your way home from work each day. When you're picking up the kids from sports or from school, or you've got to run into the grocery store, take 2 minutes to put your stripes on, or put them on at the beginning of the day if you can wear them. That will create that opportunity for you to talk about the business. Follow up with customers on reorders and how they love their new products. Make sure that when you're sending out products to people that you're just not sending them out and they never hear from you again. The key to good customer service is communication. So make sure you follow up with people when they receive the product 2 weeks later and 2 months later to make sure that they haven't run into any issues. There's a good chance they need to reorder gloss or a skincare or a makeup product. This is where you can make that repeat business and show that you really care, that they're enjoying their products. Next, we have set up a grab and go baggie with a couple testers, applicators, and beauty books. This doesn't have to be everything in the kitchen sink. It literally can be a red, a neutral, a pink, and a brown. Stick those in a baggie. It could be a Ziploc baggie. It doesn't have to be fancy. Put a couple of tester applicators and 2 beauty books so that when you do have that conversation and you have an opportunity to talk to people about it, try to get those stripes on them. Hand them a beauty book that has your information so that when they go home and they look and they're like, oh my gosh, this really doesn't come off. This is crazy. And they want to order, they have your information and they have a catalog to look through. Next, reach out to other small business owners about collaboration on giveaways and parties. This is a great opportunity for you to work with other women who are trying to build their business and work together so that you guys can share an audience. And lastly, make booking calls. How many times do you sit down each week and make booking calls? probably zero. Get on the phone, you guys. Get excited and offer them the chance to get everything on their wish list up to 50% off. So this needs to be in your day planner. It needs to be next to you when you're making your daily schedule so that you have things to pull from and you don't have to kind of wander around aimlessly through the day. This is available to print in a PDF. So make sure you print this out, and you could even do one each week and highlight things if you'd like. Next, we move on to our weekly tasks. So this is the challenge. These are the challenge tasks. These are over and beyond what you would be doing on a daily basis. And just note, you don't have to do all of these things every single week. Pick and choose what you have time for and make sure to vary it up. These are the things that you need to complete each week, and this is the list for week number 1, and it falls into the same areas of your business. So for the admin, purchase a planner if you don't have one, fill out family and business commitments for the entire month, time block work time for each day, even if it's only 15 minutes. So this is the calendar that I have. It's called the Happy Planner. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I like it because it's fully customizable. You can change the covers. You can add in paper. I have these cute little pages. I've got application cards in here. I've got stickers for my planner. I've got uplifting quotes. And I've got these little list papers. And what I did, and because I love this so much, this is why I love it, you guys. You can add in your own stuff in here. Like I printed out, let's see if you can see it, the Girl Boss checklist. And I hole punched it using the hole punch that they have. So I have my daily, weekly, and I have my week 1 checklist inside my binder. And it just easily tears out like this. And then you just press it back into place. So this is really great for customizing your planner. And then you would just go open up the month and schedule out all the important dates that you have going on that month. This is the hole punch. Like this is a little extra. I'm kind of an overachiever and I just happen to have this on hand. Don't feel like you need to do that. You can just stick it in a pocket. You could tape it to the inside cover. You could just fold it and stick it in there. But that's what I like to do. So purchase a planner and block out your work time into your planner. Get a blank notebook and use it as your Girl Boss journal to make lists and complete homework in. It's nice to have everything in one area. That way you're not having to search for sheets. They get lost. You have one place to be journaling for this experience. Create an album on your phone to put your homework and screenshots into for easy uploading into Google Classroom. I used this when I did the challenge for my team so they could be accountable, but you may want to take pictures of things in your notebook to keep for later or to go back to look at. Maybe it's one of the letters that you wrote to yourself that you want to have on hand. Create a folder in your phone, create an album, and label it Girl Boss and put anything that you want to save into that folder so it's all in one place. For personal development, read chapters 4 and 5 in Girl Code. So you've already read 1 through 3 before you started the challenge. Write a love letter to yourself. And I know it seems silly, and I wrote it down here that it seems silly, but do it anyways. She talks about how powerful it is in her book to sit down and give yourself some like props for all the things that you do. So don't skip this one. It's gonna feel funny, it's gonna feel weird and silly, but just do it. Create an I am statement and put a copy in your bathroom mirror and on the inside of your front door. And for those of you who don't know what an I am statement, it's a series of statements that start with I am. And these are things that you feel that you currently are and you want to reiterate to yourself, as well as things that you want to be that you were just going to become. So things like, I am confident, I am powerful, I am successful, money comes to me easily, I am a good mom, I am kind to my friends. I do this with my kids actually in the morning, and this is a fun activity that you can get the kids involved with. They know exactly when I say, okay, let's do our I ams in the car, and they just rattle off their I ams. So create a statement that involves things that you currently are that you want to give yourself credit for and things that you want to become. Okay, and they all start with I am. You're going to write it down and put a copy on your bathroom mirror. So in the morning, you're going to say your I am statement to yourself in the bathroom, in the mirror. And then before you leave, put it on the inside of the door so that when you leave the house, you're going to say it then as well. And then the challenge is when you leave the house, you are going to be that statement. So if you are happy, you are easygoing, you are patient, you are kind to people, you make friends easily, even though you may not feel like you are any of those things, you are going to be that statement. Next, you're going to go live in your personal page asking people how they overcome self-doubt and negative talk and share 3 of your own tips to do that. And this is another thing that involves that the Girl Code book. And overcoming negativity and negative self-talk is something that all women deal with. This is an opportunity for you to be vulnerable with the people you follow and to be able to help and serve those other women by sharing what works for you and giving them the opportunity to reflect and give feedback on what works for them. Next is social media. You're going to send 5 heartfelt voice messages to women who inspire you, thanking them for that and telling them what you admire about them. Chapter 4 and 5 are all about embracing women, supporting women, uplifting women, and that's this is going to be a key point in that. And not only is it going to help you be that way for other women and be able to support them, but it's going to help foster relationships, and you never know who's going to need that vote of confidence and who's going to need those compliments. You could just completely turn somebody's day around, and how amazing it would be to be able to be part of that. After that, you're going to create your own, and a note about that, you're going to voice message them on social media or through message. So just a voice message that says, hey, so-and-so, I just wanted to tell you that I think you are such an amazing mom, or such an amazing business owner, or such an amazing friend. And I just wanted to thank you for that. And I just wanted you to know how much it means to me. It's really inspired me to do X, Y, and Z, or to be X, Y, and Z. So make sure you do a voice message and send that to them. Next is create your own graphics for each of the sets in the back of your beauty book and give them a clever, catchy name. So if you flip to the back of the beauty book, there's sets for skincare, anti-aging, there's a body set, there's various sets. And I want you to create an image and a catchy name for each of those. You can take an image from the beauty book. If you have the products, you can set them up. You can go to the graphic groups and grab them there. It doesn't have to be super fancy. Just add a little bit of text with the name, and then when you post it in your album on Facebook, you're going to describe what it is and how it benefits you. Don't add the price, but just add, this is what's included and this is why it's going to be amazing, or this is what it's going to do for you. You're going to create that album of sets, SENEGENCE sets. Last, for sales and demo, you're going to wow 3 strangers and put product or stripes on them and take a selfie with each of them. This may be uncomfortable to take a selfie, but be honest with them. Say, hey, I'm doing a challenge. I need to get my products on 3 people and take a picture. Would you mind if I put some stripes on you? Or if you have somebody in your home for a demo, hey, I have to take a selfie with a customer for a challenge I'm doing. Do you mind if I snap a picture? And you're gonna gather 3 of those. Next, using Facebook stories, do an unboxing of your order for the month. So in the first week, you need to place a front load order. This is going to set you up for the rest of your business. When you receive that order in the mail, you're going to unbox it on Facebook stories. If you don't know how to use them, Google it. It's very simple. And I want you to just unbox it and show people what you got and why they would love it and what it's going to do for them. And then you're going to go live in your customer group and share how to use one skincare product and the benefits. The important thing is to share the benefits. You don't have to know all the science and know what it does. What are the overall benefits? So I want you to focus on one product, Facebook Live in your customer group. Your next goal for sales and demo is to make 150 in sales that week. So in your first week, you want to sell $150. That's pretty self-explanatory. And last, you're going to schedule your own demo. So this is a demo that you are holding and you're inviting your own guests for next week, and start booking guests for it now. So this week you're working on filling those seats, getting bodies confirmed. You're going to hold your demo next week. So that is what you're doing the first week of the challenge. I hope that is pretty self-explanatory on everything. If you have questions, you can always message me, interpret them or adjust them as you need to, but stay in those guidelines. Don't eliminate anything and discount the value that comes with doing those tasks. Make sure that you're doing all of them. I'm super excited that you're joining us for the challenge. I'm really excited to hear your results and see what you create in your business. And I look forward to working with you in the next couple of weeks. Bye.